Dark Jewel of Arcanea. Chapter 1: The Walk-In. The city of Arcanea shimmered in the twilight like a dark jewel, its myriad facets slicing into the deepening sky with jagged shards of enchanted light. It was exactly 6:37 p.m., a time when the sun had long since retreated, leaving us in the shimmering glow of arcane lamps and the hypnotic neon signs that pulsed with magic. I sat in my office, a cramped, dimly lit space wedged uncomfortably between the bustling mages' market and the notorious underbelly of town, where the heavy, musty air mingled remnants of ancient spells with the bitter aroma of fresh transgressions. My desk, a chaotic tableau of my work, was cluttered with crumpled pages bearing hurried notes, half-completed potions bubbling in tired vials, and a collection of arcane talismans whose once proud glow had all but faded with age. Outside, Arcanea thrummed with a life only magic could instill, a vibrant, ceaseless energy that pulsed through winding cobbled streets and hidden alleyways. Yet beneath this lively veneer lay corruption, like a shadow draped over every flicker of enchantment. Every spell might harbor deceit, every shifting shadow could conceal a stealthy thief, or even something far more sinister. I leaned back in my creaking leather chair, mesmerized by the dance of light and shadow playing across the grimy window, when suddenly the door groaned as it swung open. The delicate jingling of the bells suspended in the air announced the arrival of an unexpected visitor. She entered with an aura of nervous urgency, clearly out of her element in this labyrinthine part of the city. Her clothes, impeccably clean and untouched by the rough edges of Arcanea's dark magic, spoke of a life sheltered from the city's dim mysteries. But her wide, anxious eyes betrayed an inner terror rather than wonder, scanning the cluttered room as if expecting a stray enchantment to spring to life from the piles of arcane detritus. "Mr. Moonwhisper?" she inquired softly, her voice trembling as if caught in the gusts of the infamous arcane storms that periodically roared through the alleys. "All's fine," I replied, leaning back with a casual gesture toward the solitary chair across from my desk. "What brings a gentle soul like you to this maze of miscreants and magic?" Her name was Lila, and though her story appeared as common as the worn cobblestones of this ancient city, it carried a twist that only Arcanea could conjure. She explained that her family's modest shop, a quaint little haven tucked away from the main square, had been ransacked. The intruders hadn't targeted coins or trivial baubles. They sought out an heirloom, a delicate amulet that, to her, was nothing more than a cherished relic of her great-grandmother. Yet beneath its sentimental veneer lay the kind of dangerous allure that magic infused the very bones of Arcanea. "It was my great-grandmother's," she murmured, her delicate fingers nervously twisting in her lap. "It may not be worth much in coin, but it is all we have left of her." I nodded thoughtfully, my mind rapidly cataloging the endless possibilities hidden behind such an unassuming object. In Arcanea, even an amulet could serve as a key to forbidden realms, a weapon in clandestine duels, or a vessel of unspeakable curses. While my detect magic spell could soon reveal its true nature, for now I donned the mantle of the empathetic detective, maintaining an aura of quiet confidence. "So, you're in need of recovery, are you?" I leaned in, the aged wood of my desk groaning under the pressure of my elbows as I locked eyes with her. The room was cloaked in the kind of dim light that only a city like Arcanea could cast, where every shadow whispered of secrets, and every corner held its breath for the next spell to be cast. Her nod was swift, carrying with it a flicker of desperate hope, one that I knew was at risk of being extinguished by the city's relentless darkness. "They say you're unparalleled when it comes to, well, dealing with both the arcane and the artful dodge," she admitted, her voice a hushed echo in the quiet office, yet heavy with the weight of her trust. A wry smile played at the edge of my lips, a smirk born from years of dancing on the edge of legality and the arcane. "I possess a certain flair for both worlds, indeed," I conceded, my voice steady, almost a whisper, as if to not disturb the slumbering magic around us. "But Lila, let there be no mistake, Arcanea thrives on deception. What seems straightforward here is seldom so. The deeper you delve into its mysteries, the more you'll find yourself swimming in waters as black as ink poured by the hand of midnight itself." Lila's eyes widened at my warning, but she remained resolute. I understand the risks, Mr. Moon Whisper, she said, her voice shaking slightly. But I have no one else to turn to. Please, will you help me find my family's amulet? I nodded, a sense of duty and obligation settling in my chest. There were many clients who had come to me seeking help in Arcanea, but there was something different about this young woman that tugged at my heartstrings. All right, I said finally. I'll take on your case. She let out a heavy sigh of relief and gratitude before pulling out a small pouch from her cloak and placing it on my desk. This is all the coin I have left, she said apologetically. The bag was remarkably light, even lighter than a well-circulated penny tossed around the shadowy back alleys of Arcanea. Yet, from the cleverly concealed patches and the careful reworking of her skirt to disguise its frayed edges, it was clear that the dame couldn't truly muster up any more gold. I'll start in the morning, I quipped, gesturing her toward the door with an exaggerated nod, hiding my hand which was trembled slightly under the desk where she could not see. Couldn't show a client a betraying sign of too many nights without my usual liquid medicine, the one solace that soothed my frayed nerves. With this much-needed influx of coin, I intended to rectify that particular deficiency that night, allowing myself the indulgence of a remedy I had too long gone without. But whatever the reason, I knew that I wouldn't rest until I found Lila's family's amulet and returned it safely to her. And so intended to begin another hunt through the dark streets of Arcanea, where magic reigned and secrets lurked around every corner tomorrow. She nodded again, her expression a cocktail of determination and wariness, sealing our unspoken pact. As she rose to leave, her figure seemed to dissolve into the night, becoming one with the darkness that defined Arcanea. I watched her from my second-story window stained with the dirt of too many memories until she was no more than a shadow diverging around the corner, a brief interlude in the endless night. Turning away, I faced the window, its glass marred by the kiss of the evening's rain. Beyond it, Arcanea's skyline stood like the jagged teeth of some ancient beast, the city's silhouette cutting into the canvas of the starlit sky. Sitting down, I leaned back in my chair and closed my eyes for a moment, taking deep breaths to calm myself. This case would not be an easy one. Retrieving lost or stolen magical items in Arcanea was never straightforward or without danger. Yet Lila's plea unsettled something deep inside me. Maybe it was the haunting memory of losing something precious in this city, or perhaps it was that persistent empathetic streak I couldn't seem to shake off. I should have squashed that feeling long ago, but it lingered, much like a stray kitten that always finds its way back, no matter how far you try to take it away. I was torn between wanting to help and wishing I could ignore the pull completely. Arcanea, I murmured to the silence of my office, the name tasting of both reverence and disdain. You ancient, corrupt heart! What new enigmas are you concealing beneath your enchanted veneer tonight? The city answered not with words but with the distant hum of magic, the occasional flare of a spell in the distance, a reminder that in Arcanea, every night was a new chapter in an ever-unfolding saga of power, corruption, and the eternal quest for truth in a world where shadows were as much a part of life as the light.